The world's eyes will soon turn toward the Vatican, where whispers and prayers will shape history. Who will be the next shepherd of 1.3 billion Catholics? The decision lies with the College of Cardinals, and among them are some fascinating contenders. From Africa to Asia, Europe to the Americas, each potential successor to Pope Francis carries a unique vision for the Church's future. But what qualities make a pope, and which cardinal has captured the imagination of the faithful? Join us as we unveil the most talked about papabili, the likely candidates for the next pope. From diplomatic masterminds to champions of tradition and reformers of modern faith, these men are shaping the conversation about the Church's future. Will it be a humble servant of the global South? A bold reformer from Europe? Or a voice for tradition from Africa? Stay with us as we explore the lives, legacies, and leadership qualities of those who could become the next Holy Father. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle has been widely regarded as one of the prominent figures in the Catholic Church under Pope Francis's pontificate. Their shared vision and alignment on many aspects of church reform and mission have fueled speculation about Cardinal Tagle being a potential future pope. Here's an analysis of their connection and the speculation surrounding Cardinal Tagle. Focus on the poor and marginalized. Both Pope Francis and Cardinal Tagle emphasize a church of the poor, echoing Vatican II's call to prioritize the marginalized. Cardinal Tagle has often spoken of the Church's need to serve the downtrodden with humility, a theme central to Pope Francis's papacy. Pope Francis appointed Cardinal Tagle as the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples, now part of the Dicastery for Evangelization, in 2019. This significant position highlights Tagle's focus on spreading the gospel, particularly in Asia and other mission territories. Their shared emphasis on dialogue with different cultures and religions aligns with Pope Francis's inclusive approach. Cardinal Tagle's background as an Asian cardinal with deep connections to the global South resonates with Pope Francis's vision of decentralizing the Church and giving a voice to regions outside Europe. Both leaders advocate for synodality, a church that listens, collaborates, and involves all its members in decision-making processes. This is central to Pope Francis's reform efforts. Speculation about the papacy. Popularity and charisma. Cardinal Tagle's warmth, intellectual depth, and ability to connect with people across cultures make him a natural candidate for the papacy. His ability to communicate the Church's teachings with joy and simplicity mirrors Pope Francis's style. Youth and energy. At 67 years old as of 2025, Cardinal Tagle is relatively young by papal standards, which could position him as a long-term successor if elected. Representation of the global South. Given the growing Catholic population in Asia and Africa, Cardinal Tagle's election would symbolize a shift in the Church's center of gravity toward the global South. Media speculation. Analysts and Vatican observers often mention Cardinal Tagle as a papabile, potential pope. His leadership roles under Pope Francis and his alignment with the current papacy's priorities bolster this perception. The term papabile refers to cardinals considered potential candidates for the papacy. While predicting the next pope is inherently uncertain, several cardinals are frequently mentioned as strong contenders due to their leadership roles, theological perspectives, and influence within the Church. Here are some other notable figures for papacy. 1. Cardinal Pietro Parolin. Country, Italy. Current role, Secretary of State of the Holy See. As Secretary of State, Cardinal Parolin is the Vatican's chief diplomat, playing a pivotal role in global church affairs. He has been instrumental in sensitive negotiations, such as the China-Vatican Agreement on the appointment of bishops. His governance experience within the Roman Curia and deep understanding of Vatican operations make him a strong candidate for continuity and stability. Parolin is seen as a bridge builder, balancing progressive and conservative factions within the Church. Critics may view him as a representative of the Vatican bureaucracy, which some cardinals want to reform. His career has been predominantly in diplomacy, rather than pastoral ministry. 2. Cardinal Robert Serra. Country, Guinea. Prefect of the Congregation for Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments. Cardinal Sarah is a leading voice for a return to traditional liturgy and practices, which resonates with more conservative Catholics. As an African cardinal, he represents the rapidly growing Catholic population in Africa, highlighting the Church's global nature. Known for his emphasis on prayer, silence, and personal holiness, his traditionalist views on liturgy and social issues may alienate progressives within the Church. His strong positions on certain issues could intensify divisions within the Church. 3. Cardinal Christoph Schönborn. Country, Austria. Current role, Archbishop of Vienna. A Dominican theologian, Schönborn was the general editor of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and is respected for his intellectual rigor. He is known for addressing modern church challenges, with both pastoral sensitivity and theological depth. Schönborn has supported discussions on reform in areas like the role of women and addressing the clergy abuse crisis. At 80 years old in 2025, his age and health might make him a less viable long-term choice. His moderate positions may not fully satisfy either conservative or progressive factions. 4. Cardinal Matteo Zuppi. Country, Italy. Current role, Archbishop of Bologna, President of the Italian Episcopal Conference. Zuppi is deeply connected to the people, through his pastoral ministry, focusing on inclusivity and social justice. As a member of the Sant'Egidio community, he has worked extensively in interfaith dialogue and peace negotiations. His approach to the Church's mission closely mirrors Francis's vision of a field hospital church. While popular in Italy, he may lack the international profile of other candidates. His progressive stance may face resistance from conservative cardinals. 5. Cardinal Mark Owlett. Country, Canada. Past role, Prefect of the Congregation for Bishops. As the head of the Congregation for Bishops, Owlett played a key role in selecting bishops worldwide, showcasing his influence on church leadership. His Canadian roots and extensive experience in Latin America provide a unique blend of perspectives. He is known for his deep theological knowledge and balanced approach to church matters. Allegations of misconduct, though dismissed, may cast a shadow over his candidacy. While not as traditional as Cardinal Sarah, his views may not align with the progressive vision of many cardinals. Each of these candidates brings unique strengths and challenges to the table. Their popularity depends on their alignment with the College of Cardinals' priorities during the conclave. While speculation is natural, the election of a pope often brings surprises, as the cardinals aim to choose a leader who can address the Church's needs in unforeseen ways. It's important to note that the College of Cardinals, comprising members from diverse backgrounds and theological perspectives, will ultimately elect the next pope. The conclave's deliberations are influenced by numerous factors, including the current needs of the Church, regional representation, and the individual qualities of the candidates. Historically, the election has sometimes favored unexpected candidates, reflecting the dynamic nature of the process. While these cardinals are frequently mentioned in discussions about potential successors to Pope Francis, the outcome of a future conclave remains unpredictable, guided by the discernment of the cardinal electors and the movement of the Holy Spirit. Pope Francis has not explicitly endorsed a successor, as doing so would contradict the Church's tradition of allowing the College of Cardinals to make an independent choice. However, by elevating Cardinal Tagle to prominent positions, the Pope has effectively highlighted his trust and approval of the Cardinals' leadership and vision. While Cardinal Tagle's alignment with Pope Francis and his global influence make him a strong contender, the papal election ultimately depends on the will of the cardinal electors and the Holy Spirit.